Welcome to this week's recap, where the Detroit Lions faced off against the Arizona Cardinals for a battle of the basement. The Lions were able to get the victory after a stellar performance by Zach Zenner late in the fourth quarter. The Garrett Blunt fumbled in the first, but Darius Slade took a pick to the house to help the Lions secure the victory. The Lions were not going to tank this game because that is not what Detroiters do. And now, introducing your host, Derek Felix. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek Felix. Thank you, and welcome to another video. This video, we're going to be talking about the Lions. The Lions get the victory today over the lowly Arizona Cardinals. It was definitely a battle of the basement. As you can see, I don't have a beer today, but I've got this, the low sodium V8 original. When you get old, you got to drink your vegetables. Let's give that a shake. To be honest, what happened was I am kind of trying to lose weight. Check out my other videos. And beer kind of bloats you. And I forgot to stop and get some. So, bottoms up. Hey, real talk, V8 is good. Go to your local Sam's Club and pick up a case today. Get the original, though. This one's not that good. Anyway, guys, the Lions pull it off, get the victory today. I just got to start off by saying that, come on, man, all these ads. Thank you. I'm happy with the win. Am I excited? Not really. Am I back on the Kool-Aid? Lost in the sauce? Absolutely not. But I am happy that the Lions came out and played. Now, the question that I have is was it the Lions played well or they just played a bad team? We all know that the Lions cannot beat a good team. Arizona is not a good team. They beat Green Bay yesterday on a made field goal, but they got the victory. I don't want to take anything away from them. But the Lions beat a bad team. That's usually what they do. So I don't think it speaks for how good the Lions were as opposed to how bad the Cardinals are. Because the Cardinals ranked last in a bunch of categories. Pass offense, run defense, something like that. They were last in 3 of the 4 primary categories. But a win is a win. Win in the National Football League is still a win. Any given Sunday, a lot of YouTubers and a lot of Detroit people are probably upset that the Lions didn't, quote unquote, tank. But I'm glad that they won, man. Detroit is not, we don't tank. That's not what we do. This is not the NBA. That's not what we do in the city of Detroit. We come out to play. They get paid enough to play. They don't get paid enough to tank. So stop with all the tank talk. It's not going to happen. It's not what we do. And even if we did tank, what is the purpose? Like they're going to do something anyway with the draft picks. How can people be mad at a win? Was it a meaningless game? The Lions didn't have anything to play for in the sense of the playoffs or postseason, but they had a lot to prove to the fans. Did this prove anything to them, to us? Not really. But what it did prove is that the Lions, they came out to play. They came out to win because I told you before, I don't want to see my team tank. I don't want to see whether it's hockey that I don't even watch, baseball that I don't even watch, football or basketball. Excuse me. Got some veggies in my throat. I don't want to see them tank. That's just out of the question. So stop the tank talk. They went out there. They got the win. That's what's going on. Zach Zenner came out. I don't know why LeGarrette Blount got pulled out. It looked like he got pulled out. I don't know. I'm not sure if he got hurt, but Zach Zenner came in. Good old reliable ZZ. There's a reason they keep that dude around, man. And he showed today. He got 49 yards on a 8-play, one pass, which was a pass interference call, 7-run drive. Okay, that he came out and got to. He looked good. Or you know what I'm saying? The Cardinals are bad. I mean, Matthew got sacked. I want to say once or twice. We're gonna look at it in a second, but um, I'm happy with the win. Anytime the Lions win, I'm happy. It is what it is. Um, they haven't picked in the top 10 in quite a while, and right now, this win very well could have put them out of the top 10 currently. Um, the Lions have a good chance, in my opinion, to go 8-8. I was gonna make a whole video about that last week. I just didn't have the time to do so. But I think the Lions can definitely beat the Bills. I think they can beat the Packers, and I think Minnesota is flailing, and they can beat the. I think the Lions can wind up 800. Does that mean anything for next season? Absolutely not. Does that mean that I'm back on the Kool-Aid fountain? Absolutely not. It just means that I believe that the Lions can finish 500, which, in my opinion, will be quite a decent year for Matt Patricia. Let's be honest, guys. It is what it is. My mustache is my mustache here. It is what it is with the Detroit Lions. They typically they lose to teams like today. And for a minute until Darius Slay's pick six, it looked like that was going to happen. But Matthew Stafford, my opinion, he played well with the limited options that he had. Um, and I think that that's a real. The Lions need to shore up that offensive line. We need another quarterback to help out Darius Slay. I noticed that Miles Killebrew was on the sideline. Jersey is white as snow. I don't even think he was on special teams. I'm not sure. But they had Bruce Ellington and some like a no-name receiver. I don't even remember his name, but we about to look at it now. So I'm happy with the win. Anytime the Lions get the win, I'm happy. But yeah, so let's look at the box score. Man, the Rams and Chicago, that game is looking just like the one we played. All right, now this, when I looked at this to put this in the intro, I couldn't believe this. All right, so Matthew Stafford went. The Lions got ate up on pass in the passing game. He only threw. Matthew Stafford threw 23 passes. He went 15 for 23, which in my opinion, this has to be a career low coming up. 101 yards is what he had. Zach Zenner came in. He had 12 carries for 51 yards and one touchdown. Josh Rosen threw the ball 41 times, one INT, 26 completions with 240 yards. Guarantee you that Game Day Prime skips right over them today, because it was a battle of the basements. The Lions would have to make it to the NFC title game to get a smidge of respect out of anybody, and they would have to put up a fight. All right, the team stats. Wow, are crazy. This is crazy. This is like the most pathetic thing I've seen. Lions had 16 first downs. The Cardinals had 22. Rushing first downs was 6 for the Lions, 17 for Arizona. I'm sorry, that was passing first downs. Rushing first downs was 7 for Detroit, 2 for the Cardinals. Third down efficiency, the Lions are terrible again, but they both are. The Lions went 33% at 4 for 12, and the Cardinals went 6 for 16. Fourth down, the Lions didn't go for it any. The Cardinals were 0 for 1. Total plays. For once, the Lions stayed under 60 at 55, and the Cardinals had 65. Total yards for Detroit was 218, 279 for Arizona. This was crazy right here. Total drives, 10 for Detroit, 12 for the Cardinals. Yards per play, 4.0 for Detroit, 4.3 for the Cardinals. Check this out. Passing, 96 yards for the Detroit Lions to 218 for the Arizona Cardinals. Yards per play, 4 to 5 for Arizona. So 4 for Detroit. Interceptions, Matthew was blemish free. Matthew only got sacked 1 time today. So I was right. And they sacked Josh 3. The Lions had 122 on the ground, so this is the second week with a decent run game to Arizona 61. Rushing attempts was 31. So they rushed the ball more than they passed it. They had a very interesting stat in the first half. First of all, let's go back. Brady Quinn, not that bad. The other guy that was commentating was terrible. He was just the worst. Like he should be in the D League or something. It was an interesting stat that the Detroit Lions had more yards per run than they had per pass. Like the average was more, they averaged more rushing than they did passing early on in the game. Yards per rush was 3.9 to 2.9 for Arizona. Red zone attempts, the Lions were 100% at 1 for 1. Never happens. So that was also very good. Arizona was 0 for 1. And then, of course, the turnovers. Detroit did lose the fumble with LeGarrette Blount early in the first quarter. And then time of possession, for once, Detroit was on bottom of that at 28-16 to Arizona's 31-44. So am I happy with this win? Absolutely. Did it mean anything in the grand scheme of things? Absolutely not. But it meant something to me because the Lions, a win is a win. I don't want them to tank. So, I'll take it. I'll take it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to keep this video under 15 minutes. I'm telling you, man, V8 is good. I need to do a promo for them. This is really good. But the original is better. It's like tomato soup in a can, but better. So I think that the off season, I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna do some different things on the channel, and I kind of dabbled in it this off season. Just something just made me want to talk about the Lions, and we got a lot to talk about. But I do think that Matthew Stafford is going to be around. There was a lot of articles about maybe him potentially being up for a trade after next year. But it was a very, very good article. It was super long, too. And the writer was saying that the Detroit Lions would virtually pay Matthew Stafford, if they were to let him go this year, after this year, $66 million or something like that, because Matthew Stafford is going nowhere. I addressed this in my last video about the Lions, but I didn't know what I know now. The Lions either have to, if they were to release him, they would be on the hook for $60-something million because they would take a cap hit of $30 million and then they owe him some money. So it's like Matthew Stafford is going nowhere. The only thing the Lions could do is draft a quarterback to help push and make Matthew Stafford know that, first of all, we need somebody to groom and we need somebody to challenge Matthew Stafford. But, yeah, that's some stuff to get into next in the recent, because we only got 3 games left. The season is over. There's nothing to play for as far as the postseason, but there's always pride to play for. And yeah, Detroit fans, I'm no longer upset, so that's why I can kind of talk from a neutral standpoint. I'm tired of losing. This team has a lot of work to do. However, a win is a win, and a win is a step in the right direction. I don't care what you want them to do. Tanking is not an option. A win is a step in the right direction. So, anyway, guys, I know you like to see me rant, but that's not going to happen today. Thank you so much for watching. Click that thumbs up button. Click the thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Subscribe. That would help me out a ton, so I would appreciate that as well. Just know that when you do subscribe, there is a lot of things on this channel, from Bowflex to fitness to movie reviews, just some of everything. So watch the intro and decide what you want to do. But maybe I'll make a trailer talking about my channel But I appreciate you guys tremendously, and thank you for watching so much. So anyway, guys, it's Derek P. Fields. I will catch you guys later. I'm about to watch Batman the Animated Series as I conclude for this weekend. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Derek is out. Peace. And I hate to say it, but go Lions. All right, guys. Peace.